Introducing Sub-Asset Essentials, your advanced tool for organizing and managing assets in Unity and effortlessly transferring references from one object to another. Struggling to keep related assets organized as your Unity project grows? The Unity editor offers a solid solution with sub-assets, but handling them can be cumbersome and often requires programmers to create their own tools. There are many scenarios where sub-assets can help organize your project, and Sub-Asset Essentials streamlines this process, making it simple and intuitive to work with them. Let's start by looking at this first example folder. Here we have a scriptable object along with a set of assets that belong together. Having all these as main assets takes up a lot of space, so wouldn't it be great to organize them better? With Sub-Asset Essentials, we can. Simply select the assets, drag them over another asset. Here, I'll use my main asset, and hold Control. The tool will create copies of the dragged assets as sub-assets under the main one. Plus, you can easily rename them with F2 and delete multiple sub-assets at once with the Delete key. Now let's talk about moving existing assets into sub-assets. The Unity editor doesn't directly allow existing assets to become sub-assets, so we have to create a copy, add it as a sub-asset, and then delete the original. However, this usually breaks references to the original object. That's why Sub-Asset Essentials includes a reference transfer window to transfer all references from the original object to the new sub-asset. Here's an example. Our main asset has a script that references the other assets in this folder. We also have a scene object referencing these assets. When we create our sub-assets, we want those references to link to the new sub-assets. The tool makes this easy to achieve. Let's drag our assets onto the main asset while holding Alt. This brings up a custom window showing our original and target objects. You can add more objects to the list if needed. To speed up the reference scanning process in large projects, you can filter by folders. I'll enable the option to destroy the original objects after we're done, which is pre-selected since we use the Alt key while dragging our objects. Next, we refresh the references. A list appears with all project references for each original object. You can click on any location to highlight the reference in the scene or project window. If you want to exclude any reference from being updated, simply click the minus button next to it. Here, I want to replace all references, so I'll click Transfer All References and close window. And there you have it. The original objects are destroyed, and our new sub-assets are created. The main asset now correctly references the new sub-assets, and our scene object is also updated. Everything works as it should. Now let's look at a few scenarios where sub-assets can be especially useful. First, an obvious one. Animations and animation controllers. By dragging the animations into the animation controller, we can tidy up this folder and make it easier to find our animations. Next, imagine we have a set of quests stored as scriptable objects. Each quest has tasks, which are also scriptable objects. It makes sense to keep these tasks as sub-assets of their respective quests for easy access. With Sub-Asset Essentials, organizing them this way is quick and straightforward. In this example, we have a cooking game with different recipes and lots of ingredients. Each recipe references various ingredients that the player needs to collect before completing it. As the game grows, the ingredient list can become overwhelming and clutter the folder. By adding ingredients as sub-assets under another asset, we keep things organized. For demonstration purposes, I'll use a material as the main asset, although in practice, you'd use a more suitable asset type. Lastly, let's consider a scriptable object that references various assets used in the game, such as player stats, a material, and maybe some animations. Usually, we'd put these types of assets into different folders, but since they're closely related, why not keep them together? Making them sub-assets of the player stats object makes it easy to duplicate the entire set if needed. If we create another character with similar stats, we just duplicate the main asset and all sub-assets, including references between them, are copied along with it. Great. And that's Sub-Asset Essentials. With this tool, organizing assets in Unity becomes intuitive, efficient, and much more manageable. Sub-assets offer a powerful way to keep related assets together, reduce clutter, and simplify reference management across your project. If you're ready to take control of your asset organization and streamline your workflow, give Sub-Asset Essentials a try. Head over to the Unity Asset Store and get started today.